EST 2016. This is interviews, music reviews, opinions, and more. This is The Hodder Show.
What is up, everybody? We are on audio here today, episode 241 of The Hodder Show. I hope you guys are doing absolutely fantastic. Thank you so very much for tuning in and clicking that play button on today's episode of the podcast. I have an absolutely stellar episode for you here today, as I try to do every single week here on The Hodder Show, as we are diving into Toronto-based grindcore band Burdizzo's latest offering, Nursery. And let me tell you, as someone who isn't super familiar with grindcore, it is tasty. If you're a fan of grindcore and heavier stuff, you're going to dig it. I absolutely assure you, you're going to love this record. So what we're going to do is we're going to hear all the tracks off the record. You're going to learn a little bit about the band and their history. And then I'm going to pick my favorite 3 tracks and see if they line up with yours. And as always, let me know what your favorite tracks off the record were and what you thought, and of course check out the band. But we're going to get into that in just a moment or two here, because first off, I got to give a big shout out to Uncle Woe for allowing me to do a showcase on their latest record, Our Unworn Limbs. Badass record. Had a few people hit me up and say, man, freaking, as far as doom, stoner, prog stuff, that is just super, super awesome. And I know that Rain does appreciate that, so thank you guys very much from him. And I'm very excited to get him on the show sometime for an interview. That's going to be a good time. There's going to be a lot of guitar talk on that episode, but thank you very much again, Rain, for allowing me to do a showcase of that record. And as well, thank you listening right now if you listened to that episode, because that was also the first episode on the new hosting site, Anchor. I have officially switched over. That was the first official episode of my show not on SoundCloud, and it's a big change. It's a big move. You know, there's always a little bit of nerves going into it with stuff like that when you're changing something that's been, I mean, good Lord, guys, it's been 4 years that I've been on SoundCloud, and then I've built up my fan base on SoundCloud. So switching over to Anchor, it's been a little stressful on your boy, but it's okay. It's good. And, you know, Anchor is a fantastic site, and they are great people. I couldn't be happier. And they're not paying me to say this or anything, but, like, I could not be happier with Anchor so far. There's a lot of benefits, and the app is super awesome and easy to use. So, you know, it is a free app. It's mainly for, you know, creating podcasts, but you can also listen to such awesome shows on there as well. And, you know, if you really want to support the show, that is a great way to do it. Check out the Anchor app, and you can listen to the show on there. But we are also available all over the place. Podcast Addict, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, you name it, we are on it. And if there's a certain way you like to listen to podcasts and you don't see The Hodder Show, please let me know, and I will fix that right away. There's going to be probably near the end of February, once the Hodder Show SoundCloud is officially shut down, there might be a little, you know, I'm expecting some odd stuff to happen, because I'm literally shutting down the feed that I've been running for 4 years. So it's going to be interesting, but at this point, I'm confident that we've got everything figured out and under control, so there should not be any issues. But please let me know if you cannot find the show. I still pride myself on being one of the most successful podcasts on the interwebs. I will make sure you can listen to my podcast however you want to. But there's tons of great free apps out there that are so easy. So, you know, you don't really have an excuse. But I also want to take a quick second here to make sure that if you are listening right now and you have a beard, or you know someone who has a beard, maybe you're sniffing another, or your brother, or your dad, or your grandpa, or your coworker, whoever the hell it is, okay? Or you're thinking of growing one, but you don't like the itch. Stop the itch. Start taking care of your beards, folks. It's super important. Check out meanbeardco.com, the finest beard care products on the market. Let me tell you, if you're having any issues with beard itch, or, you know, you're having breakouts under your beard, or maybe you're using a certain product right now, and it's greasy and goopy, and you don't like the way it makes your beard feel, and you're like, I'm not using beard oils. Nah, man. I strongly implore you to go check out Mean Beard right now and their fine selection of oils. Big difference is Mean Beard does not use argan oil, which to some people is heresy, but let me tell you, the difference is amazing. Other beard care products have caused me to have breakouts under my beard and caused my skin to get all rashy and red, and it was just a disaster. You will not find that with Mean Beard, man, I'm telling you. This is the best beard care products on the market. On top of having the best oil out there, they also have great balms. So if you need a little bit of control for your beard, they can take care of that for you. And if you want the best of both worlds, check out the Mean Whip, man. It is fantastic. Definitely my favorite beard care product on the market. It's kind of the best of both worlds. You get some conditioning for your beard and the skin underneath, which is super, super important. And also it will help tame that mane. So look your best. Get some Mean Beard right now. And while you're on there as well, you can check out some of the great swag that they've got there. And also the combs, man. I love my Mean Beard comb. I always have it on me, or I always make sure it's at least in my car if I'm going somewhere. I do not leave home without it. And you will not leave home without your Mean Beard products. They will keep you looking and feeling your best, and will keep that Mean Beard looking absolutely fantastic. So check it out right now, meanbeardco.com. With that, we are ready to jump right in to the showcase of Burdizzo's latest offering, Nursery. And first off, I have a little bio on the band here. We're going to learn a little bit more about the awesome band that we're going to hear in just a few minutes here. So Burdizzo, which is Burdizzo, Burdizzo, not Burdizzo, or what did I say? I messaged the vocalist earlier and I was like, man, how the hell do you say the name? I was going to be way off. I was going to say it was like Bird Isro or some shit. So that was very funny. But Burdizzo is the result of an unexpected union of members from various bands in the Toronto scene. Once a platform to resurrect a disbanded project, the new members were left to decide whether or not to continue. Things were going so well and everyone was having such a great time creating music that it just felt right to carry on as a new project. The sound took on a whole life of its own as songs were grinding their way out of each member, with everyone bringing something to the table. With an age range of 20 years between some of the members, you can be rest assured that all aspects of grind are well respected and loved. Some of the members, of course, have left the fold over the years, and right now they have solidified as a 5-piece. So right now, and I'm sorry if I butcher a whole bunch of names here because I feel like I'm going to. Soap Holes on the guitar, Spencer on the bass, Miko on vocals, and Frid on drums, and now with Andrew on guitar, this combination rounds out a grindcore infused atmosphere of chaos. They did drop their first recording back in 2016, and since then, of course, Nursery, which is the record we're going to check out here today, was unleashed to the world on October 25th of 2019, and it actually coincided with the kicking off of day one of the Ontario Death Fest, and it showcased the transition the band underwent in 2019 with 12 explosive tracks. 2020 is going to be a monumental year for the band, and they're going to spend a whole bunch of time promoting Nursery, grinding out with new songs and the sound to unsuspecting fans of music. So let me tell you, it is good stuff, and I know you guys are going to enjoy it. Again, if you're not a fan of heavy stuff, you might not like this, but if you do like heavy stuff, you're going to love it. I promise you. So we are going to jump into that right now, and I'm going to give you guys the full track listing before we jump into it. And again, I do apologize if I butcher anything. I should have made sure I got everything correct with with Miko before I don't even know if I'm saying his name right, so I apologize, dude, if I'm not. But he can give me shit when he comes on the show because we are going to do an interview coming up. But Nursery, we have the first track, Cruciprice Fix, Black Male Listed, Constipanic, Culture Clues, excuse me, Tent Wonis Dis, Tent Won I Need This. I feel like I'm just butchering all these, so I apologize. Conserpent, Educastration, I got that one. Drama U Ton Moton, Success Pool, Miscommunication, and that's miss with 2 S's, Manuscripted, and Deafening City. So we have 12 tracks, and it's actually only a 19-minute and 22-second long record with 12 songs. So quick, badass, right to the jugular. I know you guys are going to enjoy this, so we're going to jump into it right now. The 12 tracks, crank it up. I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. This is Nursery by Burdizzo. See you guys in a bit.
What the thing left? My companion for
yeah, you, listening to The Hotter Show right now. Are you in a band? Maybe you're a business owner of some kind, a performer, maybe a pro wrestler, an event promoter, an athlete, or maybe you're just an everyday person who needs some photo editing done. You need a great graphic design guy, and have I ever got the hookup for you? My man and close personal friend, Mr. Jason Reese from Bird Digital Arts. Whether you need logos, t-shirts, stickers, tickets, business cards, banners, menu, brochures, flyers, posters, Facebook banner videos, door hangers, photo editing and restoration, print ads, lyric video editing, signs, notepads, window clings, letterhead, bookmarks, programs, magnets, greeting cards, calendars, rack cards, invitations, envelopes, pens. Jason will work with you to develop a style that is unique to you and that tells everybody just how special your business, event, or you personally are, and you will stand out from the crowd. On top of the fact that he does offer free delivery between Cobourg, Ontario and Kingston, Ontario, message him today right now for a free quote. That's right, a free quote. Tell him about your idea. You got something outside the box, he will make it happen. With great rates and service, you cannot go wrong. I've used Jason literally for everything over the past 3.5 years, and I cannot say enough good things about the man himself and his work. So contact him today on the web at jaybirddigitalarts.com or on social media under Jaybird Digital Arts. That's JAYBIRD digitalarts.com. You can also email him at jaybird.digital.arts@gmail.com. And always keep in mind that his business is successful when your business looks good. And now let's get back to the show. Oh. You guys still with me? Holy shit. Okay. Bludgeoningly heavy is about the only way that I can describe this genre-bending record. Brutal riffage, fast, groovy-oriented drums, some badass bass work, and killer vocal performances is heard all throughout this grindcore masterpiece with tons of twists and turns. With moments that made me seriously headbang. I'm talking like, full disclosure, usually when I listen to records that I'm going to be doing a showcase on, I sit in my little desk area, sometimes in the dark, sometimes I'll put on a lamp or whatever, and I'll usually be doing something else. Like I'll be taking notes, or I'll be, even sometimes I'll just be playing guitar or whatever, or I'll be, working on social media stuff or whatever the hell. And I'll, be making sure I'm still listening. But you do other stuff when you listen to music and you can still concentrate on it. Whew, but let me tell you, there was some moments where I had to literally put my pencil down and was just like, holy shit. It just, some serious headbanging was going on. Some moshing was definitely happening in my kitchen with my cats, folks, okay? Seriously badass stuff. And there were some moments, which I'm going to make a joke about in a little bit here, where I am almost certain that my soul just left my body. It was just gone. I was just looking down on myself, headbanging, and I was just like, oh, my soul's left my body. Shit, all right. That's how freaking heavy some of this shit was, all right? Tons of grindy moments, but also some great kind of just, to me, more straight up classic metal moments. There was some moments where I'm listening going okay, that's a cool, kind of just more traditional metal guitar riff, and definitely some crazy blast beat passages. And vocally, I mean, diverse as hell. I think that Mikko's got a badass voice, and he, again, to me, when I think of grindcore, it's very intense, it's very fast, it's just, and I say this with respect, it's basically just screaming into a microphone with not a lot of pitch happening or anything, to me, with my experience with it. And mind you, I could be totally off base here, but that's what I think of when I think of grindcore. And that's not what this is. There's structure here, and there's definition here. And his voice is, he has so many different levels that he can do vocally. He can do that where he can just kind of, just scream into the microphone, and it's like, holy shit. But he's got moments where, I really get a vibe of there's more going on here than just, kind of randomly screaming into a microphone at a really fast tempo, basically. Very choppy, delivery. He doesn't have that. He has a lot more going on. So I really dig that. Simply put, I think that the word bludgeon could easily be used to describe this blistering record. Bludgeoningly heavy, bludgeon, blistering, a lot of all the B's, okay? All the B's are, man, all the B's are covered, okay? Absolutely badass record. But my picks, my 3 favorite songs off the record, and this was hard. I almost had to break my rule and pick 4, but I said, no, TJ, you gotta stick with what you do, okay? If you break the rule for Burdizzo, you're gonna have to break the rule for everybody else. And I'm gonna have to go back and re-record a bunch of episodes, and it's not happening. So, the first song that is and these aren't in any particular order as far as what I liked best, but just, they're my 3 picks. The first is Blackmail Listed, and okay, that first riff, welcome to Cooking with TJ Hodder, okay? You're going to take that first riff in Blackmail Listed, and you're going to take that second riff, all right? You're going to put them in a skillet. Cook over medium heat. Add a little bit of garlic, maybe a little bit of salt and pepper, a little bit of rosemary, and fuck me, okay? You have got a meal. I gotta taste those riffs, son. You know what I'm saying? God damn. I'm sitting here and I'm thoroughly enjoying it. I mean, I was only like a couple minutes in at this point, but I'm sitting here and those riffs kicked in and I'm like, God damn. Okay. If you guys are just listening going like, what the fuck is he talking about? I have a joke here on the show where I talk about needing to taste a riff because it's just so good. That's the joke. What I mean by that is, good God, I love the guitar work on this song and the diversity of this track. You know, again, some more kind of traditional metal moments that I found personally, and mixed in with a style that, you know, I'll be honest with you guys, I'm not super versed in, and it's something I've never really had the desire to really explore. But let me tell you, after listening to this, I'm going to be checking out some more grindcore because I really dug it. Again, man, blistering and bludgeoning, okay, are the 2 adjectives that you're going to hear so much when this record is described. Just badass, and a badass song, Blackmail Listed. Absolutely awesome. Now, the next song that I'm picking as one of my 3 is Conserpent. And I say, okay, some people could take this the wrong way. And I'm kind of going on a limb by saying it. And I just really hope that you boys take this the right way. And that everyone understands that this is coming from a place of just like absolute love. Because I was like, what the? Like, it blew my mind. Is new grind a thing? Like, this is grindcore. Okay? And there's grind, or whatever the hell you want to call it. Is like new grind a thing? And what I mean by that is, with Conserpent, there were moments where I got like some serious like early 2000s Soulfly meets like Korn vibes, which I fucking dug. Holy crap. Let me be extremely clear again when I say I love new metal, and I'm not talking about like the crappy new metal. Okay, I'm talking about I'm not talking about like Limp Bizkit and stuff, which I actually happen to like Limp Bizkit, but I'm not talking about like the rap style new metal. I'm talking about like, you know, like early Soulfly, where it's like kind of, it's metal, but there's some bounce to it. You know, that guitar tone that's very early 2000s That's more what I'm talking about. And as the track progresses, it morphs kind of back into what I'd say is more just straight up grindcore. But goddamn, when Miko's voice came in, I was like, holy shit. Like, is Max Calavera featured on this song? And Max Calavera happens to be like in my top 5 as far as just metal frontmen. So that's a huge compliment for me. But good God, absolutely loved this song. Quick, to the point. It kind of morphed as it went. I really dug that, man. Absolutely love it. Big shout outs to the guy because they killed it on this track. My second pick for my top 3 for the record. Conserpent, badass song. And now we come to my final pick, which again, these aren't really in any order, but it's my, my third final choice. And that is Deafening City. Now, regular listeners of my show may not be surprised that this is a pick for me. I tend to pick the first song and the last song a lot, but I didn't pick the first song this time around, but I did pick the last one, so it's my own. I'm a big fan of album closers and kind of more slightly, quote unquote, traditionally structured songs. And with this song, it's kind of a little bit more accessible to someone like me who isn't super familiar with grind and grindcore. Kind of some more, again, I get just some more just straight down the middle kind of metal vibes. And maybe that's because it's, like I'm not super familiar with grindcore. So I don't know if like there's different types of grindcore. I don't know if it's like older grindcore influences coming in where like older grindcore used to be kind of more just straight down the middle, or is that newer grindcore? I have no idea. And that's why I am very excited to be talking to the guys, because I want to learn more about grindcore. I need to be edumacated. Help your boy out. Educate me. Send me some bands and be like, yo, you need to learn yourself some fucking grindcore, son. Send me stuff because I'd love to check it out. But definitely one of my favorite parts on the record was how it's just slowly, and it's not like the part, but it's just like the overall vibe of it. Just how, it's a badass song throughout, very, reminiscent of everything that we've heard on the record. But as it slowly chugs towards the end, it slowly starts to kind of slow down. And some very mellow but dark guitar work that ends the record, on such a deep note. I'm sitting here. Okay, again, we're gonna go back to what I said earlier. I'm sitting in the chair I'm sitting in right now, in the room that I'm, recording in right now. And I'm sitting here. And when that final note hit, I had to check my pulse. Because I was like, there's like a 50-50 chance on whether or not I had passed on from this plane of existence, okay? Because I was just, the whole experience ending off on this tune, no joke, I was like, what the fuck just happened? And I mean that as I say that with the utmost respect, and like I mean that as a huge, huge compliment. So I hope you guys don't take that the wrong way, but if you just sit down and you put on this record and you just like sit and stare at a wall and just sit there and listen to it all the way through, afterwards you're going to be like, what the fuck just happened? And I love it. I absolutely love it. And I want more. So yeah, that's what I think of Nursery by Burdizzo, and those are my favorite tracks. Let me know what your guys' favorite tracks were. See if ours line up. And big shouts again to the guys for bestowing upon me this honor of giving my bullshit, random, stupid thoughts on on such epic music. We have fun here on the show, and I like to keep things lighthearted, make stupid jokes, and make people roll their eyes and stuff. But goddamn, do not let that take away from the fact that this is a badass record. And support the guys. Check them out on social media. Again, I will give you guys the spelling of their name. And also, I'll have the links down below in the description. But if you literally can't wait and you want to look them up right now, it's Burdizzo. Or, to my American friends, Burdizzo. Haha. Because I actually do have a lot of American listeners, so big shouts to you guys. But, man, badass guys. And I will be very excited to speak with the vocalist, Miko. And I apologize if I'm butchering your fucking name, by the way, dude. Like, I just assumed that I'm saying it properly. Or Miko or Mike, I don't fucking know. You can give me shit for it when you come on the show. I can take a good razz and it's okay. Please, it's like an ongoing joke here on the show, where I just butcher people's names and then they hit me up and they're like, thanks for butchering my name, heart. And I'm like, fuck. So it's part of my charm, I guess. I don't know. But either way, I had a lot of fun here today. covering this, showcasing this record. So hopefully you guys did too. If you did, be sure to hit that subscribe button, leave a follow, however you're listening to the show. It means the world to me. Thank you so very much for tuning in. Especially if you're still listening, even though, the bulk of the episode is done and I'm now winding down to my outro-y bullshit. I, of course, want to give a massive shout out to my Patreon supporters. That's right, my Hod Heads. Go on patreon.com/The Harder Show. Check us out on there. We have 4 different tiers that you can subscribe to every month. You'll get bonus content you will not find anywhere else from yours truly. I have a podcast that I do strictly on there that you will not find anywhere else. And there's been some interesting content. It is, I'll say this. It's a fully 100% uncensored podcast that I will talk about anything on. There are no limits. I don't care if something I say may offend someone. I have talked about stuff on there that I would never in a million years talk about on this show. Not in a million years. And I do it all while, let's just say, in a situation where I tend to be a little more open. What is it exactly? Well, I don't know. You'll have to join the Patreon to find out, man. Let's just say I've been told that it's a hoot because of how honest I am. And I've had such episodes as, talking about this podcast for my 4-year anniversary, getting my uncensored thoughts on the starting of the show and all that, my time at Geeks Music, which was the music store I used to work at, Mean Beard and that whole thing and how that all started and my relationship with them. And then also just the type of drivers I hate. And I just gave you guys a little hint on, maybe what is this podcast? I don't know, but it's fun. And also, there's other stuff on there where I'll give you merch if you are on a certain tier. I'll do advertisements for you. But regardless of what tier you join, you will get shout outs every single week here on the show, like my man, Mr. Scotty D, who is, he's been a longtime friend of mine. I've known Scott for freaking years. I say that every single week. But I've known Scott for a long time. And, of course, he is the sole proprietor of Suds Window Cleaning, who are the best darn window cleaning company and power washing, gutter cleaning in Clarington, Ontario, Canada. So if you were in that area and you need some windows cleaned up or something, power wash, your gutters cleaned, or maybe you still have some Christmas lights up because you're being a lazy butthole and you need someone to take those down for you, hit up my boy Scotty, Suds Window Cleaning. Check them out. They are the only window cleaning company that comes fully endorsed by your boy. And as someone who cleans for a living, I can tell you, Scott is top-notch, best in the business. And as well, I want to give a big shout out to my boy Will of the mighty Rolls Royce, who, if you're not familiar with Rolls Royce, man, they are the premier punk band out of Toronto, Ontario, Canada. I featured them on the show before. And I've also had Will on the show for a chat. It was actually one of my first video interviews, my first and only. So that was a lot of fun. Big shouts to Will. He's a great dude. He's been a supporter of the show for a while here. And Rolls Royce are just badass. They've got something coming, and I'm very excited about that. So sit tight. We will be, chatting about that. And when the new EP does come out, you can be rest assured that I will be doing a showcase on it because I love me some Rolls Royce. And of course, I want to give a shout out to you listening right now. Thank you so very much, especially sticking with me through to the end here. You are the best. Audio fist bump. Oh yeah. And, again, please subscribe, especially on Anchor. It would really mean a lot to me if you guys took a second to check out the Anchor. But just listening to the show, man, means a lot. And the Patreon's great. If you want to help support the show, you want to help me buy a new laptop and things of that nature, hey, I'm not going to lie to you guys. Recording the way I am now and doing the editing the way I have to now since my Mac died, it's making things a little more difficult. But like I said last week, man, it's kind of humbling to go back to the recording this way because this is basically how I did it when I started the show. And it's kind of humbling and it's kind of cool. So it's good, man. I'm in a good place about it. But let me tell you, it would be nice to have a new computer right about now. And if you join the Patreon, every $5 or dollar helps, man. Seriously, it does. So something to think about if you want to make, a little extra support for the show. Merch is coming, by the way. It's coming, okay? And also, I got something else cool in the works. Keep your ear to the ground. Something else really cool coming out of the Hodder camp. If you're a fan of wrestling, stay tuned, man. I got something cool coming your way. And I'm rambling, so I'm going to sign off here today. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll catch you next time on The Hodder Show. Take it easy, guys.